Hello everyone. I'm sorry for the lack of activity. It's been hard getting motivated these days. I need to get my mojo back somehow. Anyways, I'm actually working on a music video on the next member on the villainous side for my Villainess Truth story, but it's taking a lot longer than I want, but it's getting there. So instead of not posting anything this month, I'm posting this instead. So I have an actual excuse to actually talk about the Villainous Truth because I really like this story. And I know some of you have questions of certain things, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. The Villainous Truth started out like any other idea I had, and it always starts off with a question. How would I write this? Normally I pick a subject, normally from a show I was watching, and wonder if I wrote this show or a show like this, how would I write it? Like similar to what I did with the Velma show and The Little Mermaid. So I ponder there trying to figure out how would I write a magical girl show, and I was reminded that this is not actually the first time I thought about it. When I was a kid, I actually made a whole bunch of magical girls based show because of the shows me and my sister watched when I was a little kid. It just brings back good memories. I remember watching the Winx Club when I was a kid with my sister, and we had the book. We had a book that had all the characters' names, their bios, and it was so great, and I loved the shit out of it. And I remember watching like Tokyo Mew Mew. It was great. It was awesome. And Sailor Moon was always going to be like a good fan favorite. Me and my sister always loved. That's the first magical girl show any little girl watched. It's either that or card captures, and my sister loved card captures. My sister actually had the little lion thing. I forgot its name, slipping my mind. And she had the book full of all of the cards. She had that, and we loved that. We lost that because we moved so many times, and we couldn't take it with us. So it's gone forever, and I'm so sad that we don't have that anymore. We used to have cool stuff, of magical girl stuff. Very base magical girls because of Winx Club, and then we changed it up by making it based like out of fairy tale creatures, I think. And it was great. It was fun. So I wanted to make a story kind of similar to that. But the older shows were not the only inspirations that I had. It was also newer shows and stories of not magical girl base, but kind of like girl empowerment kind of shows as like magical girl-esque, like Ever After High, Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Chat Noir, Descendants, even Amphibia. Even though it doesn't really have a magical girl, it kind of has a magical girl, at least very close to the end. So yeah, but I mostly wanted like these shows specifically for certain topics, like the relationship between the characters, certain plot points. If it's not for like specific plots, I usually mostly use them for like how the characters look. Like for example, the main character, her outfit's actually inspired by Raven Queen from Ever After High, Mel from Disney Descendants, and Sasha from Amphibia. I just fused the three together and made this. And for like a theme, I just decided to like do what Miraculous Ladybug did and do have everybody be an animal base, but I wanted to be, instead of just animal, just mythical creatures, which was a lot more easier to determine what each of the characters was going to look like other than just poofy dresses and big hair. So yeah, originally I wanted her to be a raven, but I thought that was too much like Raven Queen. So I decided like, okay, what winged creature can I make her? I was like, you know what? Let me just go to the pink one and see what kind of animal I made her. Okay, what can I make her? A rabbit's too cliche. I don't want to do a cat. What magical, powerful being can you be? Unicorn. You're gonna be a unicorn, and that makes you a Pegasus. So yeah. But I didn't want to make a very kiddish magical girl shows like when I was a kid. I wanted to make a mature magical girl story. But not like anything like Magical Girl Friendship Squad. Nothing like that. But something more like Puella Magica. God, I bet I butchered that name. But also not like that. What I really want, is a magical girl show that is revolved around the villainess. You see, I've been reading these manhwas, these Korean comics. They're great. And the ones that I like to read a lot are the ones that are in the point of view of the villainess. They usually go like this. The villainess isn't the real villainess, but is the actual victim of the true villainess, the heroine. The heroine uses these cheap tricks to paint the main character, the villainess, in a bad light by making her look bad so she can look better by comparison. The also super nice and also good heroine of the city has a really dark secret and a hidden personality. I know that kind of thing is done to death, but I just like that type of genre. Anyways, the main character knows her secret, her hidden personality, all of her terrible things. But she can't reveal the truth due to A, the lack of evidence, and B, the lack of support. If the main character do anything that goes against the heroes, she'll be viewed as the bad guy regardless of what she does. So, might as well just look the part, right? So yeah, the villain's big plan right now is to take away the hero's image. You see, the hero's image is very important to them. I mean, they work so hard to get where they are today. It will be a real shame for them to lose it so easily by a nobody who came out of nowhere. Yes, the villainess wants to take down these fake heroes because they're terrible people and they don't deserve what they have, yada yada yada, but she mostly wants to see them crush and burn. So yeah, that's the whole premise of the plot. So what about the characters? Okay, there are 10 magical girls, 5 heroes, 5 villainous. So I'm going to read up some of the details that I wrote about them like a year ago on my Deviantart, Twitter, and Instagram. Their information is still the same. There's just a little bit more when it comes to the story itself, especially with the 2 main characters. So bear with me for a little bit, and I hope you like them. And yeah. Alright, let me start with the hero first, because I actually made the heroes first before I made the villainess, because I need to know how the good ones look so I can do the opposite of what the bad ones look. Alright, let's start with Crystal Rivers, the blue one. Crystal River is an elegant but dramatic soon-to-be actress/model. She's always ready for a picture, but hates it if a bad one is taken. She can't take criticism and prefers to be seen as perfect all the time. And she can as C-Charm. Crystal's accessory is a ring, her weapon is a Triton, and her glam partner is a Kelpie named Pearl. Now for her counterpart, Diana Tanner, aka Lyric. She is the oldest member of the group and had her powers the longest. The group often goes to her for advice and guidance. Diana has been a magical girl way longer, even before the main heroes. So she has been in this for a long time. She also has a pearl ring as an accessory. And originally I wanted to give her a shark-based sword, but I might just make it into a spear because it would match the Triton a lot more and it probably will look more regal. And her glam partner is a sea serpent named Nori. Ruth Hunter. Ruth Hunter is a sweet and shy girl, but she doesn't like to rock the boat in her friend group and will often act like a follower. She doesn't like to stand out, so she tries to stay in the background, but as Emerald Darling, she's more willing to do things she has never done before. Her accessory is an earring, and her weapon is a bow, and her glam partner is a jackalope named Jax. For Ruth's counterpart, we have Sydney Jones, aka Fanatic Kerr. Cindy is a sweet and kind girl that is always waiting to please, but when she's Fanatic Kerr, she's insane. She's a chaotic maniac that loves blowing things up and destroying stuff. But what she loves the most is beating up those fake heroes. I actually really like Cindy as a character because she's like one of those, you know that meme that you see that you have that character that goes to another character. It's like, aren't you tired of being nice all the time? Don't you ever like to want to go like ape shit? That's what Cindy is. And I love it. She'll be fun for a video. I just gotta figure out the right song that isn't too, crazy. Her accessory is also earrings, but it's like one of those hook earrings with a bead around it. And her main weapon is a hatchet, a giant hatchet. Her glam is a Burgess, and its name is Puck. Robin Carter. Robin Carter is very outgoing and bold. She loves competing and taking risks, but sometimes she gets too carried away. Due to her stubbornness, she butts heads with a lot of people, including Mary. As Crimson Knight, she has no problem taking down bad guys like it's a sport. Her accessory is a bracelet. Her main weapon is a multi-tailed whip, and her glam partner is a submerged Titus. Robin's counterpart is Charlie Pickett. I couldn't pick a gender for them, so they're unconfirmed. Some people has been using either or gender, while people technically just consider them as non-binary, which I'll take it. They're non-binary. Charlie is confident, loyal, calm, and protective. That doesn't change when they turn into Carmine Sting. They're just more violent with enemies who hurt their friends. I really like how I drew Carmine / Charlie, because I didn't want them to be too feminine nor too masculine. But it does give out like they're kind of more masculine in their civilian form, but more feminine in their magical girl form. And I think that was either on purpose or an accident. But regardless, I really, really like this character. So yeah, their accessory is also a bracelet, but Carmine's main weapon is a snake sword, and their glam partner is a manticore named Scorpio. Summer Banks is friendly, outgoing, and loyal. She's always there to bring her friends up and stand up for the little guys, but she lacks self-confidence and doesn't pick her friends well. As Golden Courage, she's determined to help change the world for the better. Her main accessory is a headband with little pins on it, and her main weapon is gauntlets. Her glam partner is a griffin named Gale. Her counterpart is Courtney Dean, and a little thing about these two, Courtney and Summer, they're actually sisters. They're half-sisters from different moms, but same father. Courtney Dean is rich and spoiled, but unlike the stereotypes, she's smart. She can't stand nonsense or stupid actions. She's especially annoyed when people uses their weaknesses for sympathy points. When she's Harpy, she's more sharp, cunning, and ruthless. Her main accessory is also a headband, and her main weapon is claws. And her main glam is a hippogriff named Harper. Now for the big bosses. Mary Lou Hart. Mary Lou Hart is a cheerful and friendly girl. She loves making new friends and loves to help those around her. Being Love Heart is her greatest passion because she gets to help more people, whether they want it or not. But there are two things she hates: being wrong and looking bad. Love Heart's main accessory is a necklace, and her main weapon is a wand that can turn into a sword. Her glam partner is a unicorn named Rosie. Now, Mary's counterpart is Isabella Cruz. Isabella Cruz comes off as absurd or sarcastic, but she really means well. She's not very good at expressing her feelings due to having to keep them to herself for so long. When she's Tormenta, she's free from guilt and doesn't care that people sees her as the bad guy. Her main accessory is her choker necklace, and her weapon is a feather wand. Her glam partner is a Pegasus named Tempest. I wanted the villainous characters to have some form of connections with the heroines. For example, Summer and Courtney are half-sisters. They share the same father, but different mothers. Isabella and Mary were best friends since childhood, and so on and so forth. I'm still working on the other ones with their connection. I think the only one who doesn't have a deep connection will be Diana and Crystal, because Diana is a lot older than the rest of the girls. The only kind of connection she will have with Crystal is that Crystal is the new upcoming hit model / actress. Diana will be considered old news. She's been there a lot longer than the original Magical Girls, and they've been wanting her to be part of the team for a while, but she has not been working with them. So that's her only beef with them as a group, but she doesn't have any beef with Crystal personally other than her trying to replace her in modeling acts and all that stuff. The rest of the characters, I don't know what their connections are, but I'll be working on it one by one if when I get to their videos next. Right now, the video I am working on has something to do with Courtney and her relationship with her sister, her half-sister, Summer, and her debate as being Harpy. All of the girls are at least 21 years or older. I want to make a mature story of adults doing adult things, and I do not feel comfortable using teenagers doing these things that I'm planning to do with them in the future. Okay. This last bit is about the glams, but I don't have much information about them because I actually haven't put that much effort onto them. I just make one and base the Magical Girl off of that. I don't actually have a solid background for them, and I really do need to. This is just the only brief part I have, but I was thinking of having them be from either from a dying planet and they had to escape to Earth, or another world completely. I still have to figure that out. All I have is that most of them are based off magical creatures. The ones that are based off of magical creatures are the most powerful ones. The ones that are just plain old animals are one of the weaker ones. And that's about it. I'm still trying to figure out how they work. The only other information I can give is Tempest and Rosie are sisters. And that's about it. I'm so sorry. I will be making another video about the glands because they do deserve way more information than I am giving. So yeah. So that's about it with the video. Just a very great thanks to these fan arts that I receive. But I keep forgetting to post like an idiot. And thank you to the now deleted comment that helped me with the name, The Villainess Truth. I'm sorry I can't find you. If I know who you are, I will thank you, but I can't. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you guys have any questions for The Villainess Truth or for any other of my work, do ask in my comment sections below. I will try my best to answer as much questions that you have. But again, a lot of this is just a work in progress. To be perfectly honest, I'm making up some of them as I go. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.